Hi, I'm Duncan. I work as a software engineer at a tech company downtown, and until last month, I thought I had a pretty normal family dynamic. Boy, was I wrong. It all started at my brother Mark's birthday party. We were hosting at our place because Mark loves my wife Olivia's cooking, especially her famous lasagna. Everything was going fine until my sister-in-law Emma showed up an hour early. The invitation said 6 o'clock, but I figured I'd come help set up. I tried to keep it casual. Oh, we've got it under control. Olivia's just finishing the food prep. Emma glanced around our living room with that look she always has, like she's inspecting a hotel room for bed bugs. You're using paper plates for a birthday dinner? Yeah, easier cleanup. Mark doesn't care about fancy dinnerware. She started rearranging the table settings I just finished. Well, I care. This looks like a children's party. I bit my tongue and went to check on Olivia in the kitchen. Your brother's wife is at it again. Olivia just rolled her eyes. Just let her do her thing. It's not worth the drama. But the drama found us anyway. When guests started arriving, Emma kept making little comments about how I'd almost ruined the party setup. My parents, Tom and Karen, just smiled awkwardly, while my sister Sarah pretended not to notice. The breaking point came when Emma announced she'd brought her own cake, just in case, after Olivia had spent hours making Mark's favorite chocolate cheesecake. Look, Emma, we appreciate the thought, but Olivia already made dessert. She placed her store-bought cake in the center of the table. Oh, I just thought people might want options. Not everyone likes cheesecake. Mark loves cheesecake. It's his birthday. Your cake is unnecessary. Her eyes narrowed. Why are you being so aggressive right now? I'm not being aggressive. I'm just saying, you're raising your voice and making me feel unsafe. The room went silent. I wasn't raising my voice at all. Are you kidding me right now? Emma stepped back dramatically. See, he's threatening me. I don't feel safe. Before I could process what was happening, she pulled out her phone. I'm calling the police. Mark finally spoke up. Emma, come on, that's ridiculous. But she was already dialing. 20 minutes later, 2 police officers were at our door, questioning everyone separately. The party was ruined. My parents looked mortified. Sarah was confused, and Mark couldn't even look me in the eye. After the police determined there was no actual threat and left, Emma had the nerve to say, I just wanted everyone to feel safe. That night, after everyone left, I blocked Emma's number. Olivia agreed it was the right call. This isn't over, I told Olivia. She can't just call the cops on me in my own home and get away with it. Something in me had changed. I wasn't going to just let this slide like all the other times Emma had created drama. This time, she'd crossed a line, and I was done playing nice. The day after the disaster party, I met Mark at a coffee shop downtown. He looked exhausted. I'm really sorry about last night. Emma was way out of line. This isn't the first time she's pulled something like this, is it? Mark stared down at his coffee. No. Remember when Emma claimed our neighbor was stalking her, just a guy walking his dog? Or when she got that waitress fired by claiming food poisoning? And you've just been living with this? She always makes herself the victim. After each blow-up, she cries, says she felt threatened. Makes me feel crazy for questioning her. That evening, Olivia and I started digging. We uncovered a pattern. Mark's neighbor who moved away after harassment accusations. A former friend Emma claimed tried to steal her identity. 3 different jobs where she'd filed complaints against targeting coworkers. My phone rang Thursday evening, Emma calling from Mark's phone. Duncan, please don't hang up. I want to apologize. I'm listening. I overreacted at the party. I was just stressed about making everything perfect for Mark. You know how I get about special occasions? Her voice sounded rehearsed, empty. So you decided calling the police was appropriate over cake? When you put it like that, it sounds silly. Water under the bridge, right? We're hosting a BBQ next weekend. We'd love for you to come. No, Emma, it's not water under the bridge. You called the police and claimed I threatened you. Oh, come on, don't be so dramatic. I said I'm sorry. Your apology isn't accepted. The next day, my parents showed up unannounced. Duncan, we need to talk about this situation, Dad said. Family is everything, sweetie. Sometimes we need to overlook things for harmony, Mom added. Overlook things? She called the cops on me. She apologized, didn't she? Mark is caught in the middle. This feud has to end. Before I could respond, my sister Sarah called. Hey, Duncan, I wanted to check on you. Emma told me about your anger issues and the therapist recommendations she gave you. My blood ran cold. What therapist? What anger issues? She said you've been having explosive episodes, that you nearly hit her at Mark's party and she had to call for help. She's worried about Olivia. After hanging up, I turned to Olivia. She's telling everyone I'm abusive. She's poisoning my family against me. Olivia grabbed her laptop. This ends now. We're gathering every scrap of evidence. Everyone needs to see who Emma really is. I can't just defend myself. I need to expose her. Let's start with that police report, Olivia said. If she filed a false report, that's where her house of cards begins to collapse. The next morning, Olivia and I headed to the police station. The desk sergeant directed us to a small office where Detective Morales was reviewing files. So you're the threatening brother-in-law, she said, looking up from her computer. That's what Emma claimed, but it's not true. Detective Morales leaned back in her chair. Between us? I figured as much. Your sister-in-law's name popped up in our system. This isn't her first rodeo. You're kidding me. 3 separate calls in the past 2 years, all threatening behavior, claims against different people, all dismissed. Olivia gripped my hand. Can we get copies of these reports? Officially? No. Unofficially? Check your email tomorrow. On the drive home, Olivia was buzzing with ideas. The annual family reunion is next weekend at your parents' lake house. Everyone will be there, including Emma. Perfect timing for a showdown. We need solid evidence, voice recordings, text messages, everything. We spent the next few days preparing. Olivia ordered tiny recording devices online while I collected screenshots of texts where Emma had twisted my words in past conversations. We need to be strategic, Olivia said, testing one of the recorders. Plant these around the lake house before everyone arrives. My phone buzzed with a text from Sarah. Emma told me you threatened to sue her. What's going on with you lately? Before I could respond, another text came in from Mom. Please don't cause a scene at the reunion. Emma's already nervous about seeing you. She's working overtime to turn everyone against me, I muttered. The day before the reunion, Mark called. Hey, can we talk? Something's not adding up with Emma's stories. We met at a park bench near his office. Emma told me you've been sending her threatening messages, Mark said, looking troubled. That's completely false. I've had her blocked since the party. Mark ran his hand through his hair. She showed me screenshots, but the dates were weird. And when I asked to see her phone, she got defensive. She's manipulating you, Mark. She's been doing it for years. I'm starting to see that. Last night, she was rehearsing something about feeling unsafe at the reunion, like she was practicing a performance. Listen, things might get intense tomorrow. Just keep your eyes open. The morning of the reunion, Olivia and I arrived early to help Mom and Dad set up and to plan our recording devices. One under the dining table, another near the patio, a third in the living room. Ready for this? Olivia whispered as cars started pulling into the driveway. Mark arrived first, looking tense, then Sarah with her husband. Last came Emma, wearing oversized sunglasses and clutching her purse like it contained state secrets. Well, she said, spotting me on the deck. The whole family together again, how nice. Dad clapped his hands nervously. Let's all try to have a good time, shall we? Emma brushed past me, whispering, I hope you're on your best behavior today. Everyone's watching you. Little did she know I was counting on that. The tension at the reunion was thick enough to cut with a knife. Emma kept throwing me side glances while everyone pretended to enjoy Mom's potato salad. About an hour in, Emma made her move. I think we should address the elephant in the room, she announced, standing up from the picnic table. I'm feeling very uncomfortable with Duncan here after what happened. Mark shifted uncomfortably. Emma, maybe now isn't the time. No, I think it is. Everyone deserves to know that Duncan has serious anger issues. At Mark's birthday, he threatened me so severely I feared for my safety. The moment had arrived. I pulled out my phone and connected it to Dad's portable speaker. Actually, Emma, let's play the real audio from that night. I pressed play. The recording clearly captured our cake conversation, Emma's dramatic escalation, and her saying, see, he's threatening me, when I clearly wasn't. That's not fair. You recorded me without permission. I've got more, I said, pulling out a folder. Detective Morales provided records of your previous false police reports, 3 in 2 years. Sarah's eyes widened. You've done this before? And here are screenshots of the lies you've been spreading about me, I continued, passing copies around. Notice the timestamps don't match up, and some texts are clearly edited. Emma turned to Mark. Are you going to let him attack me like this? Mark stood up, his face firm. Is it true, Emma? Have you been making these things up? Of course not. They're all against me. Sarah stepped forward. Actually, I've been thinking about some things. Remember when you told me Duncan said horrible things about my weight? I later found out he was out of town that weekend. Mom nodded slowly. And you claimed Duncan broke your grandmother's vase, but I was there that day. He never went near it. Emma's face reddened. You're all ganging up on me? No one's ganging up on you, Mark said quietly. We're just finally seeing the truth. Dad cleared his throat. Detective Morales called me yesterday. Filing false police reports is a serious offense, Emma. She mentioned potential charges. This is ridiculous, Mark. We're leaving. Mark didn't move. I think you should leave. I'm staying with my family. Emma looked around frantically. Fine. You'll all regret this. After she stormed off, an unexpected peace settled over us. I'm sorry I doubted you, bro, Sarah said, hugging me. We all are, Mom added. She had us completely fooled. 2 weeks later, Mark called to tell me he'd filed for divorce. Emma received a summons from the DA's office. Those false reports are coming back to haunt her. How are you holding up? I asked. Better than expected. Her coworkers reached out with similar stories. Turns out everyone was walking on eggshells around her for years. A month after the reunion, we had a much smaller family gathering without Emma. As we sat around the fire pit, Mark raised his beer. To seeing the truth, even when it's painful. And to real family, I added, the kind that sticks together when it matters. The best revenge wasn't just exposing Emma. It was reclaiming our family from her web of lies and watching from a safe distance as her carefully constructed world of manipulation came crumbling down around her. So what would you do? At what point is it justified to completely cut off a toxic family member, even if it creates division in the whole family? Would you have gathered evidence like Duncan did or handled it differently? If this story resonated with you, please hit that like button and consider subscribing for more dramatic stories of justice and revenge. Your comments help me know what kinds of stories you want to hear next. Thanks for watching.